Hello, happy souls. Welcome back to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. Okay, guys, we're going to do Leo. Let's see where you're at, Leo. What's happening in your connection, in your love life? Oh, so this is a love forecast. It's a timeless reading. We're just looking at the current energies in love. See what's going down for you, Leo. Did I hit play, record even? Yeah, of course I did. I always forget. Right. Let's do this. Okay, guys, while I'm shuffling, don't forget my classes start next week. They're nearly sold out. Doing mediumship for beginners. I'm not going to be doing that class again for a while. I'm doing twin flame healing for beginners. I'm not going to be doing that one again at all, possibly. And I'm doing tarot reading for beginners. If you want to sign up, do that sooner rather than later, because the classes do always sell out. And I always get a ton of people at the last minute say, oh, I really wanted to do this class. Always. On the day it starts, there's always a ton of extra people. So don't be disappointed. Sign up sooner. Okay. Let's see. We have got the Six of Swords in reverse. We have got the Four of Wands. We have got the Eight of Swords in reverse. The Page of Pentacles. This is the Hyde Tarot by Dan Francis. We've got the Queen of Cups. And to clarify, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Cups in reverse, Justice in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse, and the Moon. Okay. So I feel like you were probably about to give up on this person, and then they've suddenly come crawling out of the woodwork. There's a feeling of being trapped, though. There's a feeling of wanting to move on, but that kind of fear of letting go, of what if I move on and then this person comes back and they want to commit. And I feel this has kind of in part happened. You'd kind of let go somewhat. You're about to move on, and then they kind of reappeared and it's thrown you into confusion. I mean, this situation is about emotionally stable as an IKEA table is. There's a lot of unsettled emotions here. But I do feel that you're releasing a lot of anxiety through this process. You're resolving karma, but things haven't yet been brought back into balance, and they need to be. But I do feel like the wheel is turning for you. These are important lessons. And you are on the union path. You're moving in the right direction towards a happy, healthy relationship, but you need to focus on a happy, healthy relationship with yourself. That's where it all begins. In fact, I put a post on my community page about this today. There's a quote by Eckhart Tolle. Go and check it out, because I feel like it's really relevant for you. I feel like this person understands now that they've not been reciprocal. They've not been brave enough to be authentic and to give in equal measure. They're wearing a mask in this relationship. They're afraid that if they show you who they really are, that you won't care anymore. But I feel like you've progressed. You're kind of feeling really tapped in to the truth of who you are. You're integrating a lot of wisdom. I feel like you've spent a lot of time healing yourself and connecting with your higher self and trusting in the journey. And this is why you're moving in the right direction, even though things are unsettled. And it feels to me like you'd really kind of moved on, that you were feeling like you were finally ready to let this person go, and then they've kind of reappeared again, and it's thrown you out of alignment. It's kind of made you feel unsettled, but that's okay. You know, you're going to be all right. This is just a test. And when you wobble out of alignment, when these people come back and they trick you again, it's to show you where you still need to heal. So you mustn't worry that you're cycling backwards, because you're not. You are actually, sometimes we have to take a step back to take a bigger leap forward, and that's very much the case. You've definitely released a lot of bitterness and resentment surrounding how you communicate. I feel like previously you were really angry with this person and you weren't able to communicate from a safe or calm place. But you've let go of that, and this is helping you close out some old painful cycles from childhood where confrontational communication was the norm. So this person has come back. I feel like they're still not 100% being their true self. We've got the tiger here, who is the master of camouflage. We've got the Six of Pentacles that's also wearing a mask. It's called the mask in this deck. So they're not as far along this journey as you are. They don't know how to be true and authentic. There's still a tremendous amount of fear because they don't have the same level of self-worth that you've cultivated. But I do feel like you're feeling a bit trapped now in this connection, that you were just about to have this abundant new start. You were ready to let them go. You were ready to move on, perhaps start dating again. And they've kind of rolled back into your, field of awareness, and it's just unsettled you. But you are on the right path. You are finally trusting in the divine plan. You're trusting in the path forward, even though everything's not clear. You're starting to just trust in what is and to surrender to what is. So let's get some cards to see what's going to be shifting. What's going to be shifting for you too? We've got the Knight of Cups. Sorry, the Knight of Wands reversed. The Knight of Swords. The Empress in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse. Magician in reverse. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, this is why it's really helpful to look at what might be coming your way, because it gives you a heads up as to the trajectory if you don't make adjustments. Yeah, because nothing's set in stone. The future is never set in stone. We all have free will. And, one of the benefits of having a peak is to be able to see this, and this isn't where you want to be, okay, because this is someone who's disempowered, out of alignment, and reverting to old communication patterns which are destructive. They're not conducive to you moving forward productively. And what I'm feeling is this person, even though they've come forward, they're not coming out of their shell. They're not going to take the action that you want them to. And you've got to remember that this is always a projection of what's happening inside of you. So all of this work you've done is being tested. And you need to be really mindful that even though they're not giving you what you want, if this is plunging you back into this kind of depressive, painful state where you're longing again, yearning, needing being the operative word, because that's codependence. You're not as healed as you thought you were. Because I feel like they're not going to open up. They're not going to take the action you want them to, and this is going to make you feel disempowered and rejected again. And this could lead to some really cutting communication, which doesn't serve you on your forward path. So this is really about looking for the light in your own eyes and identifying where these, they're triggering these old wounds in you that still need to be released. With the Empress in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse, there is the potential here for you to wobble so far out of alignment that, as I said, you're really reverting to these really old, bitter communication patterns where you're not being authentic again and you're falling out of sync with the work you're meant to be doing. And you need to get busy with that work so that you can return to the truth of who you are, because you know how that feels now. So I don't see that this person is ready, and they're not ready because you're not ready. So, this is a very spiritual connection. It's probably a twin flame connection, a soulmate connection, where the goal is growth, personal growth. And until both parties achieve that union with self-love, these kind of situations are going to keep repeating. And you don't want that. So you have an opportunity here now to shift back into alignment. Let's see how different it would look if you did. Right, so you've got the Three of Pentacles, you've got Four of Swords, Nine of Wands in reverse, the Emperor. See, this is much more positive. Transformation, death. See, this is much more productive. So you have a choice here. You can allow this lack of reciprocation to break you again, or you can work. I mean, this is the Three of Pentacles, but it's called tea, and in England, tea is always about being calm. Honestly, us English are funny. You could have the worst possible incident ever, and someone will put the kettle on and make a cup of tea. That's how we deal with trauma. And I think with the Three of Pentacles being about collaboration and working together, this is about approaching the situation with your person in a very controlled, collaborative, calm way. It's about restoring balance and harmony with the Four of Swords here. You've got two fours here with the Emperor, but the Four of Swords, and it's called the moss here, which I really like, because that symbolises growth. But the Four of Swords is about balance, meditation. It's that really Zen energy of taking time to really think about it, restoring balance. So you need to work together and be calm here and take control of this situation. And this is what's going to allow for the beautiful transformation rather than standing still. And, we've got the ghost, Nine of Wands in reverse. So rather than giving up and just ghosting one another again and reverting back to those same old cycles of clinging on to something that doesn't serve you, you have an opportunity here to communicate calmly, to get back into your balanced state and to allow for a total transformation of the energies in this connection. So this is really powerful. Let's get some oracle cards as well. So this person's not ready, but you're not ready. And you've got to be patient. You've got to trust in divine timing. You've got to trust that all of these circumstances that lead you to these understandings and realizations of self serve you. My capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. That's really beautiful and very powerful in light of what we were discussing. You need to engage your heart, okay, and not the broken heart that's talking from a place of pain. It's about bypassing that, getting into balance. Hope is a conduit for miracles. Stay optimistic. The universe has your back. So, when you surrender to what is and just accept, I'm drawn to, there's another owl here. I said this, you already know this. You've touched this place inside of you. You know that when you're in alignment, you're focused on your own growth, you're feeling good. And this again says, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. And what is of the highest good here is that you turn this pain you're feeling in the lack of reciprocation inwards, and you go in and you say, why am I feeling this pain? It's not because of their behaviour, it's because something exists within me that is being triggered by their behaviour. And if I can focus on that, focus on my own growth and expansion and release that pain, I'm not going to feel bad about this situation. There you go, we've got self-love. Show me how to love myself. Show me how to take care of the inner child. Show me how to be kind within. When you step into self-forgiveness, so much can change on the outside. So this is the key. And you've touched this place, you know this place. Courage, divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry, all will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear divine, may I feel your courage and your will. So this is all about turning it inwards, taking the focus off the connection and putting it back on yourself. And when this person does, demonstrate the same lack of reciprocation, the same inability to have an honest conversation, you've got to take control and drive that authenticity from a place of compassion, you know, with the energy of love, to forgive yourself, to forgive them. This is the power that you need. I'm responsible for my life. You are, and you are responsible for your feelings. You're accountable for how you feel. You know, when we're in victim mode, when we're in codependent mode, we blame other people for the negative feelings they generate within us. So, you know, I feel bad because you didn't do that, or I feel bad because you said this to me. But we always have a choice. We can't control other people or what they say or do. So giving them the power to disturb our peace of mind, to disturb our feelings is silly. It's futile. And this is a number 5 card. This is about change. And this is what you need to do. You need to take responsibility for your feelings and give yourself permission to grow. I'm hearing you need to give yourself time because you don't make enough time for your growth. It says here, I choose to tune out negative thoughts and negative people. You know, you have a choice who you spend your time with. So if there are people dragging you down, you need to be accountable for that. You need to be accountable for that. Right, we're going to get 2 more. Watch your words. So, you know, your words are very revealing. And then use your mind wisely. And time for the beginner mind. It's time to go back to basics, to get back into the cycle of positive ritual that you were engaged in, that you've let go due to time. And it's not good enough to say you haven't got time. You must make time for yourself above all else. So be careful of slipping back into old communication patterns. Use your mind wisely. Take time and revert back to that cycle of, you know, positive activities that were supporting you in your growth that you've allowed to slip. I really hope that helps. Okay, Leo, if you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can do that through my website, happysouls1111.com. I'm reducing the number of readings I'm doing, and it's only going to continue reducing. So if you want to get a reading with me, strike now, because probably by mid-February, you won't be able to. I need to start focusing on this stuff. Lots of love and Happy New Year. Bye.